Hello and happy Friday. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this live, but what I do like about this is the fact that people can watch later on. So I'm just gonna do my thing. And today I just wanted to share two quotes that really inspired me today. And oh my god, this live stream makes me so nervous because it's like one-on-one. But it's so funny. Anyway, this morning I got an email from Maston Kipp, who I've been following for a long time. And he is the founder of The Daily Love. I don't know if you've heard about that. But it was so profound, and I just wanted to read the quote that came in my email today. And there is a point to all of this, so stay with me here. This isn't just like mindless chatter or anything. There is a message that I want to get across. So I just want to start by sharing this quote, which I shared on Facebook earlier. Okay. Do not give in to the negative voices that tell you to give up on your dream and your passion. Eliminate any person from your life who talks down about your hopes, your dreams, and aspirations. Surround yourself with positive people. Read uplifting books, listen to uplifting music. Take great care of your body. It is easy to give in to the negative voices that desire you be nothing but mediocre. But do not give in. Follow your passion, be courageous as you do, and make your life an example of what's possible. Maston Kipp. The reason I wanted to bring this up today is because there's this idea, there's this conceived notion out there, I don't know why this exists, but it does, that when people are deemed successful, or if you view someone as being successful, and we all have our different views of what success is, and we all have our own meanings of what success is, but when we perceive that someone else is successful, for some reason, we have it in our mind that they had it easy. And that's something that I was thinking about today, and I ponder like a lot of things, obviously, in life, and I used to try to keep my music very separate from my like more spiritual posts, and I'm trying to bridge the two worlds because they are one. And I'm not here to like be a preacher or to tell anyone what to do. I'm merely here to be raw and vulnerable with my music and with my speaking and with my writing, and that's just who I am and what I do. So anyway, I was thinking about this today, how interesting that is, that we can just play a victim and be like, oh, poor me, so-and-so over there has this and this, and why is it so easy for them, and why do they deserve that, and why do they deserve to be happy? And as human beings, I think it's normal for us to feel that kind of thing. But the thing is, we have a choice. Obviously, there are a lot of unconscious things that we deal with, like belief systems and structures that we picked up on as children, from our families, from society in general, just from being here on this planet at this time. There's a lot of junk that we take in all the time. But the thing is, we do have a conscious choice every day to, you know, be joyful or not, to go after our dreams or not, to work hard or not. And the thing is, as much as it can seem like, you know, someone got a better hand dealt to them or something like that, the truth of the matter is we all are human. We're all equal. That's what I believe. We all go through tough times. And something that I've experienced as well, which I think is really funny, is that exact thing. It's that backlash of, you know, when you are considered to be successful by somebody, it comes with a lot of praise, but it also comes with a lot of like backlash. It comes with people that can look at you, and I mean, you can call it jealousy, you could call it whatever you want to call it. The label really isn't important. But it's interesting, you know, when people can point the finger and kind of come at you and tear you down and want to try to tear you down to try to make themselves feel better instead of doing the inner work. And if you guys know me at all personally, you know that I've had my own struggles with myself in the past, and I've come a very long way, which I'm very proud of. And without getting into all of that, I mean, we all have our struggles, right? We all, like, that's what we're here for. We're here for spiritual, personal growth. We're here to grow. That's why we came to planet Earth. You know what I mean? So it's not about, like, being this perfect person all the time. And, you know, being vulnerable is my job, and it's my job to talk about things that are uncomfortable, whether that's in songs or whether that's in videos, and that's who I am, and that's what I'm here to do. So anyway, I just thought it was really interesting that people sometimes, well, us as humans, we can just think that someone has it so easy. And you know what? I just wanted to shed light on the fact that if someone looks to be popular or successful or doing really well, it doesn't mean that they were just handed this amazing hand. Like, in terms of the perfect cards, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that life just gave them everything on a silver platter, even though it may appear to be that way. There's a lot of illusion on this planet, and you know, we all go through tough times and struggles, and it's a part of life. And I deal with a lot. I work hard, and I wouldn't say that I'm exactly where I want to be, because I always want to be pushing myself. As I've said before, I always want to be challenging myself and growing and expanding and connecting with more people. But the more that I do progress with my career, I don't want anyone to think, not like it matters, but I don't want anyone to think that everything was just so easy for me, because it wasn't, and I'm here to be honest about that, because it's not always easy. Now, there's two sides to everything, and I do believe in grace, and I do believe in flow, and I do believe in things coming easily and allowing greater grace and ease and flow into my life, and maybe that's something you want to incorporate into your life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everything that you go through is easy. I've very much had to deal with a lot of fears. Like, do you think that it was easy for me to sell all of my belongings in my hometown and cut all my cords and basically cut ties with all of my relationships and move to another province and you know, do all these things? Like, it was not an easy road to get here, I'll tell you that. And it's not easy now. Like, I just flew to Vancouver last week and did a show, and you know, it's not always easy to get out of your own way to prove to yourself, never mind proving it to anyone else, you know, proving to yourself that you can live your dreams. So I just wanted to be honest about that today, and share that it's not always easy, and I always try to be positive, and you guys know that my message is shine and to find the light in the dark and all this stuff, but that means that you have to be able to delve into the dark. And something I've shared before is that just because I choose to focus on the light and spread the light and be the light and channel the light, if you will, and I like to consider myself to be a light worker, and to be a beacon of light. I try to be positive, but that means, you know, that it's not that I'm naive and closed off to the darkness of the world, or doesn't mean that I don't have problems, and it doesn't mean that I don't have fears and that it's also easy. It's not the case, you know. I very much do have very, very dark times, and sometimes I have very dark thoughts, and you know, that's part of being an artist, and it's part of being sensitive, and it's part of my journey, and I just wanted to be very open and honest about that. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to dwell upon it either. That's the thing, is we can choose to dwell in it and get lost in our thoughts and get lost in the negativity, or we could go through it, allow ourselves to feel it, and pull ourselves out and get into the light and spread the light, because you know what? There's enough negativity that goes on this planet, and sitting in our own misery and trying to bring other people down in order to make ourselves feel better, it really doesn't ever make us feel better. It really doesn't. So if you, and we all, you know what, we all do this. We're all human, and I'm guilty too. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've had these times too. But if you ever find yourself, if I ever find myself, if anyone ever finds themselves in a position where they're looking at someone else and they feel angry or sad, because sadness is always underneath anger. It's a very multi-layered thing. Or if you feel like someone has something that you don't, or you wonder why it appears that they have it so easy, or all these things, remember that it's illusion, right? And it's only like one scope that you're seeing, like a tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that goes on, especially with social media, right? Like we're always being blasted with like pictures, and I love to share pictures as well, especially of like exciting times, but I also share like backstage or prepping for a show because I like to show behind the scenes and the whole scope of things. But anyway, if you ever find yourself in that state, remember that you're only seeing a part of the reality, but also, question yourself, like, okay, is it really about that person? No, it never is. It's about you and what you feel. So why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling angry? Why am I feeling frustrated? Does that person have what I want? Or, really, like, what can I do to make myself happy? Because that's the thing. It's not even necessarily that I have something that you don't. Maybe you perceive that, but maybe I don't even have anything you want. Maybe you don't want to be a singer. Maybe you don't want to be a writer. Maybe you don't want to be on a public platform. Maybe you don't want to be anything like me. But maybe, the fact that I am very open and honest and vulnerable in a strong way triggers you in some way. And, that's okay too. Like, we're here to learn from each other. So I find oftentimes, like, if we get into that state, it's not even that the other person has something that we want. It makes us feel that we can't have something. And it's like relationships, right? It's like if you have a crush on someone or you're attracted to someone that you know is in a relationship and you know that you can't be with them, it makes you want them more. It's the same thing as looking at someone else. It's like the grass is greener on the other side. Illusion. Just complete illusion, right? And it makes you feel like you can't obtain happiness or you don't deserve happiness. And that's the bottom line, is that you feel like you're not deserving, not necessarily of what that person has, but you feel like you're not deserving of what you want, which is not true. It's false, because we all deserve happiness and abundance, and we all deserve to live the life of our dreams, no matter what your dream is, because we all have a different dream. We all, again, have a different version and idea of what success is. So no one can tell you what's right or wrong for you. The only person who knows what's best for you is you. So keep that in mind. I also wanted to, on that note, read another quote. I have it on my computer screen, so I just have to move my phone over a little. This is from Louise Hay, and I love Louise Hay. I think she's like in her 90s now, and she is a really popular author, and I don't know if she founded Hay House. I think so. But anyways, she's an amazing, amazing woman, and she didn't start writing until she was in her 60s, I believe, so it's never too late to live your dream. So today she posted this on her Facebook. Be sure to check her out. She writes a lot of affirmations. So it reads, I deserve splendid experiences. All people deserve happy, fulfilling lives. Like most people, I used to believe that I only deserved a little bit of good. Few people believe they deserve all good. Do not limit your good. Most of us have been conditioned to believe that the good in life can only be had if you eat your spinach, clean your room, comb your hair, shine your shoes, don't make any noise, and so on. Although these things may be important things to learn, they have nothing to do with your inner self-worth. You need to know that we're already good enough. We need to know we're already good enough. And that without changing anything at all, we deserve a wonderful life. I open my arms wide and declare with love that I deserve and accept all good. So that's kind of what I was just talking about, just remembering that we deserve it, because that's the only thing that's stopping you from getting anything that you want, no one else is getting in your way. And again, illusion, like maybe it looks like someone else has what you want or whatever, but we all have a very unique purpose and life plan, and no one can take anything away from anyone else in truth, in spiritual truth and divine truth. And so pointing the finger at someone else thinking, well, they have all the spotlight and I don't, or they're in the way, it's just total bullshit. And the only person who ever really stops us and has the power to stop us and get in our way is ourselves. So as soon as we get clear about that and honest about that, then we can get closer to what we want. And again, the only person who can define what we want is ourselves. So I'm just going to close off here with a little jam, only a couple seconds because I'm working on a new song. Writing for my second album, and I'm composing a lot of instrumental parts right now. So I'll close it off with that. I hope you guys have a really great weekend, and we'll chat soon on another live stream.